It's Thursday, July 17th, 2025, and it's about almost exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. And I moved the cows to another section, cows and the sheep, of course. And you can see how deep this grass was. I was crawling through it to set up the wires, and you know, my pants are soaked from all the dew. So very thick, wonderful grass. A lot of Dallas grass, a bunch of other grasses in there too, some goatweed as well. It's kind of hard to see what's downstairs when there's so much grass. I wanted to show you something that's kind of cool. Well, calves are kind of cool, but that's not what I wanted to show you. It's over here. So I moved them in this area last night. I didn't take a video, I just moved them. And they left a patty. Let's see if I can find it. There it is, right there. Look at that patty. So that patty was dropped last night, and look at it. This just turned to cottage cheese. You know. So that's kind of what I want to see, is good soft patties. That means they're getting plenty of protein. But then I want the dung beetles to get in there and suck those patties dry. And that's what's happened here. So it's basically just dirt now. It's just all the cellulose and stuff that's left over after you take all the nutrients out. That's what I want to see in my pasture. I want a living pasture that can, you know, just readily absorb those patties. Hopefully it'll keep the fly count down. So these are the laggards, the sheep that are taking their sweet time to move to the new area. I bet you if I pinned up these sheep, I'd probably find a lot more hoof problems than if I tried to look at all the sheep. Some of the sheep came running when they heard me open up the new area. This sheep, you can see, is struggling, front left hoof. You know. It's probably just a little tender. That's the last of them. Because of the goatweed, I really can't tell if there's more animals out there laying down or something. If they lay down, they disappear in the goatweed. So I'll have to go through and drive through and see if there's any calves. But yesterday I was inspecting the area, and Blackie was in the middle of the row rather than with the rest of the cows. And so I kind of looked around Blackie. I kind of thought maybe she's protecting a calf that was just born. I couldn't find anything though. So either I lost it hide and seek, or there's no calf. But anyway, 17th, I think there's 3 more days that I can get calves. There might be 1 or 2 latecomers, but I'm thinking pretty much that's going to be the story for 2025. So I was making plans for what to do if I don't get any more calves. And if I were to sell all the cows that didn't give me calves, I'd probably sell a couple that I'd feel bad for selling. Not like sentimental reasons, but for economic reasons. I think there's a couple that might be still winners. They only had a month or a month and a half with the white bull. So it could be that if I gave them a little more time with the white bull, they would have had a calf. You know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But my goal for the end of the year is when I hit January 2026, I'm only going to have 10 female cows, 1 bull, and then the only calves I'm going to keep are heifer calves that are South Pole. Everything else is going to go. So there's like 1 heifer calf that I've seen so far that I want to keep that I'm pretty sure is half South Pole. One of the things that I'm considering is just getting rid of all the cows, maybe keeping the bull, and just waiting until next year, and then getting a bunch of South Pole heifers. You know, I probably only need 5 or 6 to get the whole process started, but if they are, you know, half or 3/4, that's going to be far more along the timeline than I am right now. You know, so it's kind of my thoughts right now. It's just basically start the herd over again. The money's in the sheep, or at least I'm betting that the sheep are going to be worth money. even if I don't get a great price for the lambs, the sheer quantity is going to way outpace the cows, you know. So in August, hopefully we'll get maybe 100, 120 lambs. And then the next time we get lambs will be 8 months from then. So that'd be April of 2026. And we should get another repeat. I don't think there's a couple that were born in winter that might be ready to breed come next April, or lamb next April. But then 8 months from there is December of 2026. So winter 2026 to 2027. The ones that are born in August, so that'll be about 50 more ewes. So I should be getting, let's see, probably 200 lambs in December of 2026. And at that point, I should be able to get the numbers that I wanted to reach. I might bump it up to 300 or 400. I was thinking around 300, but I might go up to 400. Once I hit full production, that's going to average about 2.25 or 2 lambs per year. So that's 800 lambs. And half of those I have to sell their rams. I can't use them for my farm. I'll maybe keep a couple back, but not 200. And then the other half are ewes that I use as replacement. I cull the ewes that are bad, that have any problems whatsoever, send them off to the sale barn. Probably nick their ear so that people know it's not a good ewe. And then I'll have I'll be able to sell starter herds with the dogs starting in 2027, I think. And the dogs should be 2 or 3 years old by then. And they'll be 3 years old. They should be plenty tame. And yeah, I think that would be good, you know. And one of the reasons for the dogs is I don't know of anybody I can buy dogs from. If there was a place I can go and buy a dog and they always had dogs available, I'd just go there and just buy dogs. I wouldn't breed them or anything like that, you know. I'd probably buy them and fix them, you know. But there's no place like that I know of in this area. I've looked around. I haven't done an exhaustive search, but I've looked around. So I'm going to be that guy that's always going to have dogs. You know, I'm going to shoot for like 3 to 4, maybe 8 a year that are ready to go. And if I get good results, I'll charge money for them. If they're a guess, then I won't charge money for them. I think they should be good. I haven't lost an animal to predators with these dogs at all, you know, so they should be good at protecting the property. The only question is, will they molest the sheep, right? I think this batch I have is pretty good. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.